Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new up in this place, my name is Ntwani Ngomani. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I know it's been a minute and I promised you guys an expectations versus reality slash culture shock video a while ago, but I never really got a chance to actually sit down and film it. And today finally I have had a moment to actually pick up my camera and talk about this. It's also been a while since I've done a sit down video, so this is exciting. I hope you watched my last video where I was cutting my hair. I will put a tag somewhere up here and you can go watch it right after you watch this video. I don't want this to be so long. There's been a lot of responses with like expectations versus reality of living in the UK, and there's a lot of them which I want to hopefully get through. So let's get on to today's video. The first one says they expect about 50,000 rand salary a year, even though they probably have 2 years working experience as an ACCA. So I want to say it's relative, you know. If you're coming into audit, maybe not 50,000. Unless you're coming in as manager, then okay. Obviously if you're coming in as manager, then your salary is higher, but if you're coming in as a newly qualified, the starting salary is around 40-45, so I don't know about the 50. So yeah, that's also like a bit of a expectation versus what the reality is like. It's not always like that, unless of course if you move into industry, you become FM or you become, you know, something else within industry, then sharp 50,000 is quite realistic. They expect to be able to live comfortably where they want and not have to downgrade because of cost of living. I laugh, guys, because a lot of us got the shock of our lives when we came here. So the thing is, when you're here, right, I don't know, but personally I feel like for me it was a bit of a downgrade compared to the kind of life I was living in South Africa. Even though in South Africa I was earning considerably less than what I earn now, but I still feel like I had a higher standard of living in South Africa than I do here, which is quite ironic, right? Because you think if you earn more here then your standard, but no, like things are just so expensive here. You can live comfortably. I feel like I'm living comfortably, but I'm just saying, because I know of a better version of life that I've lived before, what I'm living now compared to that is not the same. But obviously we can't compare on every level, because one other thing that you must consider is that I travel more now and I'm able to travel internationally, while in South Africa I wasn't. So I guess there's, you know, those things you need to weigh in. But downgrade, you definitely will have to downgrade a little bit when you come here, and one of the areas in which you have to downgrade is possibly sharing an apartment. South Africa, I never even dreamt of it. I never thought I'd share an apartment ever again in my life. I thought I was out of that phase, but reality here is that you will share an apartment. Expect to live an amazing life and be rich, of course. And this flows back into this point I made. Like, guys, that's sort of the expectation. When you think London, you think, oh, big lights, rich, wealth, money. But when you get here, it's like, what's happening? So I don't know about rich. Obviously you can create wealth, but I don't know about rich. I don't know, like, you're not gonna live like a luxurious looking life, okay? You're still gonna live your same old life with a little bit of a downgrade in some areas of it. But yeah, that's just the reality. Unfortunately, we all have this mentality that London will better our lives, that, you know, coming to the UK will give you some sort of prestige and you like have some sort of wealth. I don't know where we think the wealth is gonna come from, but we tend to think that, you know, being here means we'll get some sort of upgrade in life or something. But it's not the case, guys. Reality is that you're coming here to start from scratch with no family. No one gives a damn. It's just you. You need to make sure you find a place to stay. If you can't afford it, you need to share. So yeah, this person says they expect that they'll start looking like black girls this side. I don't know what that means. Like, what do black girls this side look like? But anyway, the weather is 90% cold, so I want to say no. I also was expecting when I first left South Africa, I thought, oh my God, it's gonna be freezing cold the entire time. I'm gonna hate it because I'm not a winter baby. I'm a summer baby. So I thought it was gonna be so cold. I'm gonna hate it. But it's not cold 90% of the time. It's cold in winter because Vele, it's winter. But in summer, it's actually hot. Today, I think it's around 24, 25 degrees. The last Tuesday is what it was at 40. There was a heat wave, like it was blazing hot. So it's not 90% cold. Obviously, in winter, yes, it's gonna be 90% cold, just like South Africa is cold in winter. But in summer, it's hot. Like we're wearing t-shirts, we wear crop tops, so it's not cold 90% of the entire time. Expectation that it's hard to make new friends. I want to agree with this because it's been my reality. Outside of the people that I moved here with, and outside of the people that I'm meeting on Instagram who are also here, it's been difficult to make friends who are British or, you know, like who are from the country. For me specifically, it's been difficult, but I feel like if you're somebody who goes out more, because I hardly ever go out, if you're somebody who goes out more, clubbing, you know, doing various activities, I think it's easier to make friends in that sense. But obviously, because I'm indoors half the time, there's less opportunity for me to actually meet people. They expect that the cost of living for a family of 4 will be expensive. I don't know about a family of, obviously, like I'm speaking from my perspective because it's just me, but I would imagine that having a family of 4 people would be expensive. So I think this could actually be not even like an expectation, like, but probably a reality that it is expensive. But obviously depending on where you guys choose to stay. But if you're gonna stay in London, you're gonna pay the premium. Less overtime and more work-life balance. For this, I 100% agree that it's my reality. Yes, there's been some times when I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? This thing is getting frustrating. There's a lot of stuff to do, you know, but for the more often than not, I feel like my job is so relaxed, like it's so chilled. I'm just like, am I still in audit? What is happening? But yeah, that's another culture shock for me when I moved here, that the culture here, even in audit, it's so different from South Africa. People are more chilled, people are more understanding. In South Africa, you could never be sick on a Monday or a Friday or 2 days in a row and not bring in a sick note. Like that is not a thing in South Africa. Like in South Africa, employers are not trusting. You know what I mean? Like they're not trusting. Like if you're sick on a Monday, you need to bring a doctor's note. If you're sick for 2 days in a row or a day after a holiday or before a holiday, you need to bring in a sick note because nobody trusts that you were sick. But here it's like, oh, you're sick on Monday, okay, it's fine, please heal, we'll do it tomorrow. Like they don't need a sick note if you're sick on a Friday or a Monday or before a holiday or after a holiday. Like people are so much relaxed. I feel like they have a better, I don't know if I should say better understanding, but like they understand that there's more to life than just work, you know. So yeah, they encourage a lot of well-rounded, you know, activities. Come to work, but you know, you can leave at 3 if you're not busy. You can work from home if you don't see the need to come to the office. That's why I actually haven't been to the office in so long. I don't even remember the last time I was there. So yeah, work-life balance for me has been, it's not even an expectation, it's been a reality. I love the flexibility that I have. Somebody says they expect comfort. It's just one word that says comfort. I don't know in what aspect, in what context, but I guess living in a first world country, there is some sort of comfort. I want to speak on the side of like security, you know, like just feeling safe when you're walking on the road, on the streets, going out and not like feel like you need to cling onto your handbag or something like that. So that is very comfortable, and it does happen and it is a reality. So that's spot on. I'm expecting the rent to completely destroy my paycheck. I want to save and travel. So yeah, the rent will destroy around 40 to 50% of your paycheck. The rent will definitely destroy that. So like whatever amount they offer you, if you're looking into coming, chop down at least 50% and just say this is rent. And then it's easier when you share. That's why I'm saying you probably will have to downgrade a certain part of your life to have benefits in others, like sharing an apartment just so you can save an extra and be able to travel. So that is not even like that expectation will be a reality by the time you get here, because that's just how it is. Rent is expensive here, right? Buying a car without any credit history will be a breeze. And also the food is hey guys, shock of my life. So the thing about the UK and how things work here is that you can't get credit unless you've been here for 3 years minimum, right? So you need to be here for at least 3 years, and then you can get credit. So don't think you will fly out from South Africa or wherever you're coming from, and then within the first 6 months you will get a credit card, or you will buy a phone on contract, or you will buy a car, or maybe you'll buy an apartment. You can't get credit here unless you've been here for 3 years. I stand to be corrected, but this is the information I got when I went to inquire, because there was something I needed to buy on credit, and they were like, no, actually we can't give you credit unless you've been in the UK for 3 years. So I just ended up buying it cash. But yeah, that is the reality, is that you're not gonna get any credit unless you've been here for 3 years. So brace yourself. And then the second part was the food is proper. I got the shock of my life. I got the shock of my life when it comes to food, guys. I had high hopes. Okay, I had high hopes for this country. I thought, oh my gosh, the Brits know how to cook, and don't get me wrong, they do. Like, you know, I just thought the food would be like tasty, but oh my goodness, I was so disappointed. The reality is that people here are fine with salt and pepper, guys. Salt and pepper works everywhere. Well, even when you go to a restaurant and you order the food, you probably will need to put in some sauce of some sort, or maybe add a little bit more salt or something. Their food is just, in my opinion, it's very bland, and it lacks flavor. That was my reality. And then I think I've dealt with better quality of life. I've dealt with the cold weather. Somebody says, this is actually a question, but I actually wanted, like, what do you guys expect? But anyway, how quickly do you find a community and adjust financially? So for me, it was very quick for me to find a community. I don't know if you guys have seen on Instagram, but we've been doing this home cell meetings lately, where we just gather together on a Wednesday and we pray and we have dinner together and we just talk about stuff. We talk about the word. We encourage each other in our faith, and that community has been great. The people in that home cell are also auditors. Some are outside of audit, but like, we come from everywhere. The people from South Africa, the people from Lesotho, the people from Zim, like we gel well, and that's like a little community that I have here. There are also people I know outside of that group as well. So building a community is very important, I want to say, when you're moving this side, because guys, you're alone. You are alone in a foreign country. You don't know anyone. You don't know nothing. Okay, you're starting afresh from scratch by yourself. You need a community. So the expectation is that a lot of us think, oh, I'll make friends, I'll have a group of friends, I'll have the girls and whatnot, but it's not always easy. And the reality is that people are busy with their lives, so it's important for you to at least find a little community that you're going to be a part of, and people that are just going to live the day-to-day living with you as well. Oh, I just think financially, this is a bit of a big one. So I just think financially, I already knew when I left South Africa how much I was going to earn, just like everyone else. And I had a budget for what my rent is going to be. And, like, I didn't know about the day-to-day living, but now that I'm here, it's actually not even bad. So financially, it wasn't too much of an adjustment. I can still do the things that I used to do in South Africa. I can still get my nails done if I want. I can still go grocery shopping and not limit myself in terms of the kind of foods that I eat. So, and I can also do like outings, brunch, lunch, dinners, you know, as often as I want. I don't feel restricted in any way because of the high rent and, you know, the inflation and food prices and whatnot. So I think that has been great. Obviously, it also depends on the kind of person you are. If you're somebody who eats out a lot and you're always in the sky traveling to the next country, you might struggle a little bit. But if you're somebody who can budget your stuff and say, this month we are traveling, this month we are doing this, you can definitely live like a nice life. The second last one says, I expect soft life. They expect high living costs at least 3 times the living costs in South Africa. Soft life, I don't know. Soft life, I don't know. I feel like you guys see a lot of people here traveling to different countries and, you know, doing all of these fun soft lifey looking things. But you need to budget for those things, guys. And one thing you need to keep in mind is that when you're in the UK, traveling to Paris or traveling to the Netherlands or traveling to Portugal is not as expensive as it is from South Africa. So here I can get to Paris tomorrow on a train for less than 50 pounds, right? It's not expensive, to be honest. So a lot of us do travel because we have that opportunity and it's not expensive. But don't mistaken it for soft life. Well, I guess it is soft life, but I don't think it's extravagant, it's expensive, and oh my god, they're earning a lot of money, and oh my god, everyone is just traveling and I'm stuck in South Africa and I'm not doing anything. It's not like that. That is not the reality. The reality is that it is cheap. It is like a flight to Durban or a flight to Cape Town, and it is just close by. And you know, just as often as you would fly to Durban is as often as I would fly to Paris, for instance, because it's really that close and it's really that cheap. So don't mistaken it for high salaries and oh, those people have money. It's not like that. The reality is not that. And yeah, the cost of living, the cost of living are probably quite high compared to South Africa. I mean, think about it, the rand and the pound currency has a ratio of 1 to 20. So you know, it's obviously gonna be higher, but you will manage once you get here. You will definitely manage. So yeah, that's all about it. I think this video is probably too long, but there was quite a lot of expectations that people had, and I just thought I should bring in a little bit of reality, because people get the shock of their lives when they come here and they realize like London is not all tall buildings, glitzy lights, you know, high skyscrapers and all of that. It's really like Victorian looking old town houses, and yeah, it's not what you guys think it is. Basically, that's the reality. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please drop me a comment on what you thought it was, and now hearing this video and listening to what I said, what do you now think about it? And yeah, let's continue the conversation in the comments. I hope you guys follow me on Instagram for more updates. It is at Ntoni_Ngomane, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.